Welcome to the daily part 3, you guys. Hello. We're doing Naniwa versus Duckdeok. Wah 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 wah. Wow. The most amazing part is that I'm in San Francisco right now. That's why there's cats. I have a green screen. And behind the green screen is Tristan, who can hear everything I'm doing. So I'm not actually alone in my room per se, but I can always hear just a little like in the background, and it makes me get this big like banana-nest of grins. So good. We're looking at Naniwa vs. Duckdeok, doing some analysis of these great openings by the Double D. So let's close this out. Let's take some questions. Then I'm going to go to some delicious Japanese food restaurantine. What do you know? It's double immortal. So, was there a blink in here? Yeah. So a great way to get some extra value out of the immortals is, as you might imagine, a warp prism, which you have to be very careful against a player who has a lot of blink stalkers, but very, very often you can identify that a player like Naniwa just doesn't have that many. And this is when the immortals become strong. So there's two parts to this argument. The first is, why the hell would Naniwa not have that many blink stalkers? Because blink stalkers are a big pile of butt shit in this matchup. Early on, you have blink, and you shoot everywhere, like you're playing reverse whack-a-mole, where the whack-a-mole machine is actually like really, really quite good, and the moles retract in time, and you're just thudding a hammer on air. That's what most people like about blink. But in a direct engagement, Zealots beat Stalkers, Immortals beat Stalkers, Colossus beat Stalkers, Archon beat Stalkers. I think Sentries lose to Stalkers, but no one's going to go mass Sentries in this matchup. Blink Stalkers are not as amazing in the big armies, especially in the time when a Protoss player's taken his second base. What's happening when he's taken the second base? He's getting up his Nexus. He's building a lot of extra probes. He's starting to get those gas geysers. Lots of minerals, lots of minerals, lots of minerals. Oh my god, it is so expensive to do this. Taking your second base is hard in PvP because not only are you generally underprobed and not only are you generally on one base for quite some time, so you're already a little bit low on money, but you have to spend so much money on your key defensive things like Immortals. Therefore, players like Naniwa aren't going to be building a lot of Stalkers because it just costs too much money. All the money's going into the Expo and the defending of the Expo, and the Stalkers don't contribute to that. They only really contribute to the one-base harassment. So, if he's not going to be having that many Stalkers, and we can identify it, never fall into the trap of saying, well, you should be doing that, so I'm going to counter what you should be doing. We call that shitty play. Heard a few people say that, haven't you? Why? He's playing in the wrong way, and I'm countering the way that he isn't playing, because it's the way he should play, because then I will win that way. Anyways, if you can identify your opponent not getting a lot of Stalkers, this is when the Immortals have tremendous value, because most of what Mr. Wah is going to be doing with his units is leaving him at the front. So Warp Prism to pull these two Immortals up to go into the back is devastating. So in general, I don't like this play. So I'm just going to click on these buildings. I like this. I am much more a fan of, rather than building this Robo Bay, getting this Twilight Council first. I'm just not a big Colossus fan in this matchup. I think it's weak. Twilight Council. Actually, I shouldn't say weak. I think it's weaker than this Colossus or this Zealot Archon play. Anyways, the reason I think that he can get away with these 3 gates is because he went Nexus first. Man, look at him. He's already got 54 probes. He's crazy. So this is just nice. This is just the benefit of the build, not necessarily a strategic thing. Oh, look at Naniwa. Building all the stalkers. He can't do anything. Has to play defensively, which makes my nerd heart sing. So cool, we're starting to see some more stalkers. Probably can't engage. Now we just have a warp prism that's good for being a warp prism. Nexus going down. Colossus coming up. So charge. And we're skipping over Immortal Archon. Much more the common theme in this matchup. Colossus is fine on this map because we have a thin high ground that we can micro on, and we have a thin high ground that we can micro on. And I think that that is one of the most important aspects to Colossus. Acheron Waste is probably the best Colossus map in PvP, but I'm still overwhelmingly a fan of Das Archons. Let's watch Duckdeok do his thing along the lines of winning. Shooting pew, pew, pew. So of course, if the Blink Stalkers are by our base, then all of our Zealots are totally way up on over at his. That would have been a really sweet pickup if you picked that one up. Oh god, I'd have quite liked it. Interestingly enough, Duckdeok is not getting range because he's just using Colossi as a stepping stone unit. It's like a little defensive precaution. Well, I want to take a really fast base. Let me get my Colossus up. So I can do that super duper fast, and these two things are going to go up hella fast, man. Look at that, already back to Immortal production because you know what? Immortal Archon is amazing. His bases he'll be raising. Do-wop, get the Immortals up in it. Look at how fast those are going up. Immortal Archon. Rah, doing an analysis. Not really. Actually, when should he attack? That is an excellent question. When 2-2 is done, and he's got a couple more gates up in the bank. Generally, I think this is a good time to go to like 15 gate. I just pulled that number out of nowhere. I guess somewhere between 10 and 15 is fine. But treating gateways a lot more like in Zergos Protoss, where you get a bunch of them. We're going to be non-stop Immortal building out of here. We're going to be building Archons for the main army here. And then this Warp Prism will be doing all the counter dropping. Zealot Force should stay real low. 14 Zealots is already very high. Very high. Oh, look, that's 6 gateways in production. Oh, hell yes. There's 12 gateways right now. Oh, you could add on a few more. That's fine. 10 to 15 gateways on Slee base. Very common thing. Alright, so I want to get to some bonus footage really fast because this is just gonna like knock your socks off. I mean seriously, like you should all like, oh, I don't know what the fuck that was. What? That was just woo baby. So 2-2's done. I'm beginning to do these regular pushes. Oh, did he just do the boo-boo of all boo-boos? Oh, there it is. I was like, is he not bringing his mothership core for recall? You can do this stuff all the time. Move in with the attack, and then here it is. Now why do we have 15 gates? So that way we can warp in 15 zealots over here. Ah. I'm gonna blow your mind. Gonna blow your mind. You'll have absolute aneurysm. I'm gonna blow it. So we see a battle happen. It's happening in fast motion. It seems. Like Duckdeok won with ease. Alright, watch this. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, arcade. Come on. I think this is the correct one. Create game. Start game. Start it. So I've been talking about the benefits of Immortal Archon. So let's go ahead and see the benefits of Immortal Archon. Because, you know, there was a period of time where I saw people going for an Immortal Archon composition like this. And I was convinced that if you got a whole bunch of units out, actually, yeah, I'll do it like this. Give them some more. I don't know exact numbers, but that's fine. I'll just do something like that. Seems good. I was convinced that this army would lose. I was convinced of that. Let's do some very reasonable things. Let's go to this guy's thing. Let's give him Extended Thermal Lance +1. Does he get anything else? Nope. I think that's fine. Just +1. These costs are not tabulated here. So, alright. Cool. Let's get this. And, okay, let's just do the reasonable test. We'll have them attack each other. Just 1A first. I guess Mortal Archon is gonna lose this one? No, my test results were too skewed. I will note this is still a hell of a lot closer. I did these tests for a little while, just having these armies attack each other over and over and over and over again. And Immortal Archon won out an absolutely obscene amount of the time. Like, this is with no micro. Okay, isn't something going wrong here? Isn't this screwed up? Like, let me actually hit the backspace button. Look at how huge. This is a 46 supply army. This is a 32 supply army. And I'm just attacking like a dunce. Just saying go. And very often the I mean, we could maybe micro these forward to pick off these Colossi. It'll probably help out our case if we're the Immortal Archon player. Probably target this guy first. Pick him off. Very, very close. This is kind of crazy. And I think there was another test that I did here where, like, okay, so let me add an Immortal into this. And I think I had a few, like, 2 more Zealots. There's this weird thing that happened where, like, I just threw in, okay, wait, Protoss. So I added Charge. I think I made this army too big. Actually, let me go back. Let me delete the things that I just added. So here's the test that we've been looking at before. So watch this. Actually, just for data, we've seen it be really close once. We've seen a clean win for the Immortal Archon guy once. We've seen a pretty clean win for the Colossus Stalker guy once. Wow, jeez. Okay, not twice. Now, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to micro this. Let me leave this in sort of a disorganized fashion over here. Let me bring these Zealots to the front. I think the Stalkers are fine to just generally attack. The Colossus is the big thing that we want to be controlling. Try to micro the Stalkers a little bit. Weirdly, even with some very simple micro, look at how badly this dies. Like, this is so screwed up. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to just add in a bunch of stuff on this side. So let's add an Immortal. Let's get some more Zealots in there. This Immortal will help a lot. Again, simple brunt force micro. Oh, this Archon got stuck. That's fine. Goes really, really badly. Like, obscenely badly. I'll even actually... let me remove 3 of these Zealots again. So basically the only difference between the last force and this force is an Immortal. And what we're going to wind up seeing is that if you just throw in a few Zealots into this mix on the left, it just goes back to just crushing again. Immortal does a lot of good. Alright, so let's watch this. This Protoss wouldn't have charge at this point in time. This is in like the early game. So how many zealots did we add? 3! Okay, 3 measly zealots. I'm going to arrange these a little bit better.
It shall be as you say.
3 simple little zealots is all I put in there. What is even going on? Do you understand this? Are you seeing this? 3 zealots. Okay, let me go back. Let me remove these 3 zealots. Let's rearrange our force.
Very wise.
Like, I don't understand. I can't actually process this. Like, my brain is not equipped for this problem solving. Actually, Jesus! How is Immortal Archon so good? We almost won again. And then we throw in 3 zealots. 1, 2, 3. And it just wins so freaking badly. Oopsie daisies. Oops, let me reset. Like, this is something that, like, I still can't quite put a finger on why these things are so unreal freaking influential. What the hell is even going on here? So in fact, if we go back and we look at the size of this army, it's 10 supply more. It has a hell of a lot more minerals being spent, like a hell of a lot more. And this gas count is ignoring the extended thermal lance cost, which is 200 more. The Robobay cost, which is 200 more. This player is going to need to get Twilight Council anyway for this +2 upgrade. This player is going to be getting Twilight Council anyways for the +2 upgrade, which they both have. So the Twilight Councils or the Templar Archives is really the only cost differential. I mean, this is just... it's insane to me. Okay, let's take questions. Isn't that a neato demonstration? It's pretty cool. Wasn't that just like insane? You just ask yourself questions and... How do I get my hair to stick up like that? I put conditioner in after I get out of the shower. Does my hair increase the value of Immortal Archon? No, it's just hair. Oh, moist snail poop. Checked out the episode of Spell Slingers. Thrilled you watched it. Thrilled you enjoyed it. Data plus plus says Day 9, does that battle change at all if you have the Zealots to target the Immortals? I have no idea. Let's find out. I assume you mean blue Zealots hitting the red Immortals. Let's do it over here. My life for iron. Ooh. I did it, you guys. Oh, dude. Let's try and get these Archons to not attack. But it looks like if the player's using 1A, it'll just auto-attack. Dude. Oh, dude. There you go. Well, that's the way to do it. This is the way to win this battle. Okay. I don't know if there's any way to actually get these Zealots through to the Immortals. So I, like, right-clicked on there. Hardly any damage dealt. I mean, the problem is that, like, when you 1A this, like, this is really easy to show. Like, as I'm clicking up here, this Archon will really rapidly re-get targets. Because, like, imagine that this Archon is target firing, like, a Stalker right here. the Archon will be hitting the same thing that the Immortals are shooting at. So it'll die quickly, and then it will reacquire the closest target. That's why I was like running along the corner like that to see if I could get it to unacquire the target, but it would. It would unacquire it, and its current target would die, and it would reacquire a secondary target. See right here, this Archon is shooting here, and look at how fast these targets are dying. So I can like barely sneak there, but the instant that Stalker died, it just reacquired the target. I'm going to take a last question. I'm going to get some great stuff. Good night, Res Earth. XX Jetski XX. How long have you been playing StarCraft? I've been playing StarCraft for over 15 years. I got it when it came out in March 31st of 1998. And we are past the 15-year mark of that in 2013. I played in my first ever tournament in 2001. My first ever live tournament, which was the World Cyber Games USA Finals, held in Los Angeles, California. Come on. Sabin says goodbye. Don't you, Sabin? Come on. Here, I'll even give you something to jump on. Come on. He's gonna do it. Come on, get your pop in it. It's taunting you, Sabin. Leave my keys, because I know you're gonna knock that off. Where is it, Sabin? It's right in front of the camera, Sabin. You're a star. You're a star, Sabin. You're a star, yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, so cute. Ooh. Thanks for watching. You're such a good hunter, Sabin. You killed the cotton. You murdered it. Oh, take it to the kitchen.